Hi everyone, welcome back to the Scriptcase macros course. Today we're looking at the scalc dv macro. So my name is Nate Carpenter and I'm the instructor leading this course. So let's go ahead and see what this macro does. It gives us a lot of useful functionality. So what it does is it calculates checksum digits. So this is pretty simple how it works if you know how checksum digits work. Let's go ahead and look at the documentation for this and then we can get started with using it. So here's the documentation. As you can see, you pass in several different options here: digit, rest, value, module, weights, and type. Let's go ahead and look at what these are. So if you're familiar with checksum calculation, you might kind of see what these are here. So the first option here is the digit. So that's going to be a variable that the checksum digit is going to be stored in right here. So that's that digit. That's going to be a variable. So you can look at that value for that variable later. And then the rest, that's going to be the remainder from that division. And then the value itself that you're calculating from, how you're dividing it here with the module, and then the weights of how you're multiplying it there. And then also we have two different types here of calculating the parcels here. So as you can see, you have the normal and then the sum of each algorithm of the parcel like so. So as you can see here, we have two different examples down below here of each different type. So let's go ahead and look at those here. So as you can see, this first one here, you have the two variables here. Then you have the actual value that you're running the checksum on, the module, the weights, and the type. So as you can see, you calculate the parcels by multiplying the weights times the value here. So 7 divided by 2, 6 divided by 3 like so, and 5 divided by 4, and so on like that. And then you take the values of all those and sum them together. And then you divide by the module there. And then you subtract the module, you subtract the result of that to the rest from the module, and that gives you the digit there, the checksum digit there that you can check. So that's how that's done, and then as you can see in example 2, how the other type of checksum works. So let me go ahead and copy this and take this over the Scriptcase here. So this is pretty simple and should work as is. I just have a blank application here, but you can put it in a lot of different applications. So there it is. And there's going to be my digit. So I'm just going to echo that out to the screen here. So let me copy that and echo out the value that is put in that variable by the macro. So now we should run this and we should see that 9 that we saw over in the documentation echoed out. So wait for it to load here, and there we go. There's our 9 right up in the corner. Nothing too fancy, but it works. So we could also, if we go back, we could change this type to 2, and it's going to calculate it a little bit differently. We should get a different value. So let me go ahead and run this. Wait for it to load here, and there we go. So we get a 4 there. So that's how you use both of those different ways of calculating the digits. So that's how you use scalc dv to calculate checksum digits.